The Garmin G80 approach, is it worth £400 to £500? Let's find out. So then, the Garmin G80 approach, it's a GPS rangefinder, it's a warm-up tool, tempo trainer, you can play virtual rounds on it, and you can also do target practice at the range. So in essence, this is an all-in-one GPS device. You can use it out on the course, you can use it at the driving range, but one thing it is very expensive. So is it worth the money? So we're going to go in, test the features of the Garmin G80, and then we're going to use SkyTrack and the Garmin G80 and see how accurate it really is. Now they say that the distance is plus or minus 5 yards, ball speed plus or minus 2 yards, etc. But plus or minus 5 yards, distance is a 10-yard gap, 5 before, 5 after, that it could possibly be. 10 yards is a club. So how accurate is it? Let's test it against SkyTrack and let's have a look at some of the features of the Garmin G80. So when you first turn on the device, this is the screen you get. So you can start a new round, but it'll probably say it can't find a GPS signal. I know, so it's found local clubs to me, so you'll just click whatever club it is and start your round. But we'll do, go into settings and preview. So we will find a course near me. There it is. And that's like a preview of the first hole at Whitsand Bay if I was stood on the first tee. So it shows you up here distance to front and back of the green and distance there to the middle of the pin. But if you tap it in, you can move to where you want your first shot to be. So let's say we want to go to that bank there. We know it's 226 yards away and we'll have 132 yards to the pin. We can zoom in a bit more if we really want to, or we can zoom out so you can do all those sorts of things to have a look closer to the pin. One thing, if you go on the green, so we know that this is obviously a little bit virtualized, but we know that the front here is 351 and the back here is 370. So what I do is I use a laser finder once I'm, say, within approach range, and I find out how far away the pin is. So if it's, say, for this example, 357 yards away, I know it's on that line, and if I can see it's on the right-hand side, then I can put the flag there, and then I know I've got 5 yards at the front of the green here, but then I've got 13 yards behind the pin. So I use it in conjunction with a laser rangefinder to be able to pinpoint exactly where this pin is, because obviously it will put it in the middle as default, but I know if it's top left and it's 365 yards away that it's going to be roughly there, so I know how far I've got front and back of the pin. Another thing you can do within whilst playing around, you can do a scorecard. So you can have up to 4 players, so you can add like their scores in, etc, etc, which is really good if you're into that sort of thing. You can also sort of measure shots, but you need to obviously start when you hit your shot from where you've hit it and stop it once you get to your ball on the fairway. As tournament mode, you can have it in big numbers, so rather than having a screen, you can see that, which is distance to the middle and the back. But you can also move it around to like the markers, and just you can pinpoint your way around the course better. So you know, like if you, especially on your home course, if you know where you want to sort of distance you want to be hitting it, you know how far you're going to have in. As a GPS device, I've used this on the course. And I've found it to be very accurate, especially when I'm using my laser rangefinder as well. It really helps me pinpoint where the flag is on the green. Yeah, so that's it as a GPS device. Like I've said, it's a great GPS device in conjunction with a laser, but if you're not using it with a laser, it gives you great distances and yardages, and I found it quite accurate to, you know, with when I've put the flag where I think it should be in accordance with the laser finder, it's been exactly there. So as a GPS device, it's fantastic to help you plot your way around the course. So you don't have to take, excuse me, so you don't have to take driver every time. You know, if you know you can hit a 4-iron for 200 yards, you can pinpoint where you're going to be, so you can take bunkers out of play because it will give you bunker distances. So as a GPS device, it gets a thumbs up from me. The next thing we'll test here is warm-up. And as you can see there, it's got estimated carry, estimated club head, ball speed, smash factor, and tempo. You can change that to estimated carry and roll, which we'll keep on. And what we'll do is we'll now put this up against SkyTrack and see just how accurate it really is. Right then, so for me, this is where the value is in this product. A GPS rangefinder you can pick up for £100, £200 that are just as accurate as that Garmin. But the added value in this product is this warm-up virtual round type thing that it's got going on. Otherwise, it would never be the price it is. So exactly how accurate is it? I've got the Garmin on the ground here. I've got SkyTrack on, and I'm going to do wedge, 7-iron, hybrid, and try and do driver as well. And just to see how accurate it is, I'll do a couple of shots. I'm not going to bore you to death, but let's see how accurate it is. So I've got 50-degree wedge, try and hit a 90-yard shot, and see how we. Right then, so SkyTrack has that carrying 91 yards, total distance 94. This has it estimated carry 92 yards, carry and roll 103, but believe that what he said. Club head speed 78, that's saying club speed 78. Ball speed 79, that's saying ball speed 80. So far, it seems to be pretty accurate with the wedge. We'll give it one more go, see how we get on. So that one was pretty good. Let's try another one. Bit fat, so that will be less. Let's see what that says. Right, so what we've got, SkyTrack is saying 89 yards. This is saying 89 yards. Club head 72, this is saying 75. Ball speed 76, this is saying 77. The only thing I can see that's out at the minute is the estimated carry and roll. 10 yards of roll with a 50-degree wedge is not going to happen, but I don't think this looks at spin. So that is definite an estimate. But so far with the wedge, this is working pretty well. Right, now we've got 7-iron. Let's make sure it's lined up properly. 7-iron, let's try and just hit it nice 150. I'm not going to go all out at it, and see what the distances are as we ramp up speed a bit. Okay, so we've got a carry of 153 with SkyTrack. We're now at 151, so it's still within their plus or minus 5 yards. Club head 81, we got 83. Ball speed 110. SkyTrack, if you see at the bottom, says 110 as well. So speed is spot on. Club head is near enough. It says plus or minus 2, so it's there. And carry 151, we're 2 yards out. I mean, we could argue how accurate is SkyTrack. I found it to be fairly accurate within a yard or two. This is within a yard or two. So far, it's coping pretty well considering the price of the two. One more shot. Just an easy little shot there. 148, and we've got 141. So that was 7 yards out this time. What have we got? Ball speed 108, this is saying 109. Club 79, this is saying 89. So on that shot, we were 7 yards out. So that goes against the plus or minus 5. Right, one more go with a 7 iron quickly. Let's try a leather one. Bit pulley, but right, 155. And we've got 165. Let me just quickly check the settings on this. Make sure we've not done anything stupid. Yep, we're fine. So, ball speed 113. This is saying 112. So it seems to be with ball speed, this is quite good. It's just when it's trying to calculate the estimated carry. That's saying 155, total 172. This is saying 165, total 179, so it's 10 yards out. Okay, the next club we're going to test, I'm going to test my 19-degree hybrid. Somewhere around sort of 220 would be a normal carry with this. I'm not going after it because I'm not warmed up. But let's see if the distances change even more when we ramp up the speed of the club. Push it out to the right a bit. So this is saying 222 carry, and SkyTrack is saying 211. So we're 11 yards out on this one. Ball speed 141, we've got 137, so we've got a discrepancy there. Club head 102, we're at 97. Let's give it another go, see how we get on. Right, nice shot there. 215 carry on Garmin. 207 carry on SkyTrack. Estimated carry 239, we've got 223. Club head 103, 94. Ball speed 138, we've got 134. So we've got an 8-yard discrepancy with that one. Finally, we'll have a try with the driver then. It seems to be, as we ramp the speed up, this can't cope. That's saying 215 carry, that's saying 207, and with a 7 iron we had an even bigger difference. That is a club and a half, a club. So is this actually worth using as a practice aid? Let's find out. Right, so what have we got here? 269 carry. 267 carry. Ball speed 158, this is saying 159. Club speed 107, this is saying 108. Total distance, we've rolled 298, this is 290, but that was only 2 yards out for that one, which I'll be honest, has surprised me a little bit. But let's try again. Let's have another go with it. What have we got here? 248 with this one. Was a bit heely. And 5.6. Ball speed 148, this is saying 152. Club speed 107, that's saying 100. So we've got an 8-yard difference with the driver. Seems to be a little bit hit and miss, doesn't it? Yeah. It seems to be a little bit hit and miss. Sometimes it's spot on, sometimes it's within that plus or minus 5 yards, which is what it's saying its tolerance is, and other times it was 10, 11 yards out. So I think with this, you have to take the data with a little bit of a pinch of salt, to be honest. It's going to give you an estimate, but from what we've just seen, yeah, it could be bob on and it could be 10 yards out. The problem is, you're never going to know, to be fair. Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed actually, to be fair, for the price of it, but it is what it is. If it's the kind of thing you want as a gadget, I suppose it's helpful, so you know rough yardages, but it's not brilliant. Anyway, right, other aspects of it, what have we got? We've got target practice. So you can do 1 or 2 player target practice and you can pick your yardages. and it will just tell you if you've hit your target. Bottom is, how accurate is that? And the second thing you've got is virtual round. So you can pick your course, you can play one player, and if I just pick my course again, I did use this up at the range. So you pick your tees and then you get your hole, and what happens is you put it down like you do for practice, put it down on the ball. There's a little notch here you rest the ball into, hit your shot, and then what it will do is it will tell you how far you've gone down it, whether you're in the rough, whether you're in the fairway, what your approach is to the green. So it's a little bit of, if you're at the driving range, instead of just pumping ball down there, ball after ball after ball, get this up, load virtual round, and just have a little play on the course. You know, is it helpful if you're going to go and play a course you've never played before? Possibly. Is it a bit of fun at the driving range? Absolutely. And finally, what you get in the box is you get the charging cable, and you get these little attachments to be able to attach it to your push or pull or motor caddy, power caddy, whatever. And you get these little rubber bands, the different sizes depending on your handle, and you just wrap it around. There will be a picture coming up to show you what I've done with my motor caddy. And then you get this little sliding holder that the Garmin just slides into, like so. And then that attaches to this on your power caddy, and it's connected and ready to go as per that picture you've just seen. So all in all, what do I think of the Garmin G80 approach? As a GPS rangefinder, I think it's fantastic, especially when used in conjunction with a laser rangefinder. You can completely pinpoint where that pin is. You know how far you've got behind and in front of the pin, and I've found that to be really, really accurate. So as a GPS rangefinder, can't fault it. As a training device, you've got to take it with a pinch of salt. Arguably, how accurate is SkyTrack? How accurate is this? I think the only real way to test it is against GC Quad or TrackMan. And the next time I go for a lesson down with Dan, I'm going to do a little test with this against GC to see what the differences are there. And I'll post that on my Twitter, just a little video to show any discrepancies there. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's @golf_Whittaker is my Twitter handle. And we'll just a little look, but I've put SkyTrack up against GC Quad and TrackMan and found it to be fairly accurate within a yard or two. This is 11 yards out, but yeah, it's disappointing considering the money. When you're paying, it's online between £389.99 and £500. When you're paying that kind of money, you'd want it to be a little bit more accurate than 11 yards, especially when Garmin claim that the tolerances are ±5. ±5 I can take, ±11 I can't take. That's 20 yards, that's 2 clubs, arguably, even 3, depending on the person. So that's been my review of the Garmin G80 approach. It's okay, but it's brilliant as a rangefinder. It's okay as a launch monitor. But in the grand scheme of things, the SkyTrack costs £2,000, GC Quads cost £25,000, TrackMan probably up there as well with £25,000. This is effectively an add-on to a GPS device which costs you an extra £200. So for the money, the value, it's okay. But it's just that, it's just okay. I've been Lee Whittaker. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you do like this review or any other videos on my channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below. Remember to ring that bell so you are notified of any uploads that I do. And also follow me on Twitter @golf_Whittaker or on Instagram, just search Lee Whittaker Golf. And I look forward to seeing you all again soon and speaking to you in the next video. Please leave a comment down below. Please like the video. See you later.